I have to tell you about the 4 books that I just read in a month. I just have to. The first one and my favorite one, the one that gets 5 stars, is My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I've read other titles by this author, and I simply love how he writes. He writes with empathy. He creates these characters that you may think may not have redeeming value, but he always writes about them with such care and love that you end up rooting for them, or you end up understanding them. My Friends is the story of this teenager who is at an auction for an artist. She just aged out of the foster system, and she herself is an artist, and she sees this painting that she has forever loved of 4 friends sitting on a dock. And luck would have it, that night she meets the artist. The artist dies and leaves that painting to her. And she finds out what's behind the painting of those 4 friends, and we learn all about those friends. 5 stars, My Friends, go check it out. The second one I wanted to talk about is Emma Pattee's Tilt. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but that's what I'm going with. Emma writes about Annie, a woman who is 9 months pregnant. And what fascinated me about this book, this is like a day in the life, less than a day. It's an afternoon to evening. Annie is 9 months pregnant and is shopping at IKEA for a crib for her unborn child. And the big one hits. The giant earthquake hits Portland, Oregon, and she's caught at the IKEA and then has to walk home. And it is her journey to get back home and what she tells her unborn child, her belly, what she is seeing as she walks through the city, and what she tells the baby about who she is, her relationships, her life, and the ending is just beautiful. This one gets 4 stars. The next one that I loved is The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. And I love the premise of this because this is the story of Sybil Van Antwerp. I got my notes right here. And this is an elderly woman. She's in her 80s, and she has always written letters. She is a fan of writing letters. She also uses email, but the story of her life is told in this correspondence. She is a powerhouse of a professional. She used to be an attorney and a very successful one who then became the assistant to a judge. She was a mother. She lost a child. She went through a divorce, and you learn all this through her letters with other people that include her children, her spouse, her lovers, if you will. But it is fantastic. Check it out, The Correspondent. And last but not least, the one I read like in 2 days. And that's not usual for me. I usually read at night right before bedtime. This one I just wanted to get back to. And this is I See You Called In Dead. I See You've Called In Dead. And this one is by John Kenny. And also love the premise on this one. I would give this one 4 stars. John Kenny writes about an obituary writer. Yeah, that's the premise. It's the story of an obituary writer who gets drunk one night, writes his own obituary, not a lot of truth in it, and publishes it on the newspaper's website, and craziness ensues. It is funny, it is edgy, and while he is suspended, this man decides to go with a woman he just met to funerals of strangers. What does he learn about death, about living, and how does he relate to other people that way? It is just fantastic. Go check it out. That one gets 4.5 stars. All right, what are you reading? Tell me what have been some of your favorite books this summer, and leave it in the comments. And if you like, subscribe.